All right, we're back. We're ready. It's time for more BSL. I'm Rapid. With me is Nyokin in real life. We do exist outside of just the internet. I can promise you that, guys. We've had tons of interesting adventures for us to talk about in between yesterday and today. Like at least 50% of that was me passing out after yesterday's group. But today's group should actually be super exciting. We've got more North American hope on the line. We lost a brother in arms in Jaeyoon yesterday,
Yes.
but we've got Hawk fighting for the power of imperialism everywhere. And then we've also got some fantastic Peruvian players. And then we have a player named Bonyth who may win today's group. And now, some of you guys in chat were very confident that Bonyth was going to win today. But I, as the expert Brew War analyst, decided to consult the most official source I know. So I Googled Magic 8 Ball and spun the Magic 8 Ball and asked it if Bonyth was going to win this group, and it said most likely. So look, it's not me. Don't blame me. I'm not biased. I went to the official source, and maybe he's going to win today's group. What do you think, Nyokin?
I think he's got a good chance. But he is playing two Zergs,
Yeah.
and they're big-time macro Zergs. And from what I know, 973 was pretty broken. And Bonyth has complained about 973, so potential upsets.
Yeah.
And we do have Goku, who's going to blast a Kamehameha wave
Oh,
into him
yeah,
and
yeah.
kill him. So
Dude.
maybe.
Tai2, we got to get real about your DBZ analogies that you shoehorn into these articles. But for the most part, it's going to be exciting to see maybe the underdog Goku, who looked pretty impressive in the round of 24, can continue because this is his first time in BSL. We've also got Castro, who may have a baller picture, but does he have big baller builds?
That might be the best picture I've ever seen.
It is.
So
It is.
it's
That guy,
actually hilarious.
out of control. You know, he makes like at least, I don't know, $1 million billion a year, something like that. He's in full on IRL macro mode for sure. Zero wants us to tell you that his wife is cheering for Castro. Honestly, if you're not cheering for Castro because of his picture, you're probably doing something wrong. So we can start by introducing our players in this group, because this is what it's going to look like today. I'm hoping that, oh my God, look at that transition. He's so good. Is Zero the best or Zero the best? A big thanks for Zero behind the scenes.
The reaction in chat, the face palm. I thought it was
It's so good. Okay, so first of all, we're going to be starting off. Hold on, I got this. First of all, we're going to be starting off with Bonyth. No, I'm not going to do that. With Bonyth versus Castro, and then Goku versus Hawk. I do agree. Hawk does look like an accountant, insurance salesman, or used car salesman. Those are our top three for potential professions for Hawk. But I'm really excited. I think besides Bonyth, everybody has a chance to get out of this group in second place.
I can agree with that. I think there is a chance Bonyth loses. Like I said yesterday, if he missed micros, he's going to be behind versus somebody like Castro and Hawk, who will power to infinity. But I just don't know if that ever actually happens.
Yeah, look, every once in a while, Bonyth will do these stress test builds. Like, he'll 2-gate Zealot you, right?
Yeah.
And that's a build that's like, it's good, but if you're playing against a player who's like good, then obviously they just like wax on, wax off your Zealots, and all of a sudden you've got 2 gateways and no Nexus, and you're just like, what do I do here? So
honestly, I just want to see him one base like he did on. Do you remember the Power Bond game? He just one base and then he transitioned into a Nexus.
Yeah, he literally won with only Zealots.
I can't remember how he won, but I just know he was in control of it the entire. I just want him to be in control the entire game.
Eddie,
just Castro and Hawk, maybe they have a plan. I just want Bonyth to be like, yeah, no,
we're
not going to get to your plan.
Not even a chance. I want it to be illegal for Bonyth to build any Nexuses. Like, one base Bonyth's my favorite Bonyth. Like, one base Reaver, the 2 gates, just any combination of units with only one Nexus, so good. But let's not make this totally about Bonyth, because Hawk was the only player at Corrupted Cup, one of 2, to take a game off of Bonyth. So there's some of my my North American pride showing through there. So these are a look at with Hawk up there twice. I'm like, I just want to watch Hawk play against himself. That's the real matchup. And this is, of course, our second matchup, Hawk versus Goku. And nobody really knows what to think about Goku, aside from him staring deeply into our souls in his picture there. If he can live up to the hype of being 23rd on the ladder. But I mean, his MMR is close to Hawks as far as that's concerned, for whatever that is. So anything could happen. Apparently, music might be a little bit loud, but I'm just going off of people in chat, so not necessarily. Oh, other people are saying it too. All right, so anyway, there's a look at our matchups and our player profiles. And as soon as I get into this game, we'll be able to start. So our first matchup is Bonyth versus Castro. And we're in. Okay, we're gonna start this. I wanna make Iokin what map we're starting, so that then I can say the same map we start on every night, Iokin.
What map are we starting on?
Okay, no, okay. Look, the joke's dead now. I killed it. Anyway, the first map is Heartbreak Ridge, so let's get into it. It's going to be Castro versus Bonyth for our first game of Group B, the round of 16 BSL Season 8. Did I intro too fast? Okay, all right, now we're going to get into it. Okay, never mind. Pay no attention. Okay, here we are. On the map Heartbreak Ridge, in the left-hand side in the red, playing Zerg, is Castro.
In the bottom right, we've got the blue Protoss from Poland. It is Bonyth. And I did play Castro recently on the ladder.
Oh, yeah?
And nothing has changed.
Oh, okay.
He was just taking tons and tons of bases. Macro was crazy. So I don't expect there to be any mix-up from last season.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the real question is this a one base? Because if it is, Castro's going to need to innovate his play. He's not going to be able to just sit there and do whatever he wants. So I'm really curious what this probe is going to do. Looks like we're not going to have a one base because it is hitting to the natural.
He's going to wall himself in with a pylon. No. Where's my Nexus? No. It's always exciting to see Bonyth play. And keep in mind, this is the first time that I've seen Bonyth play in a tournament since last season. So obviously he's streamed and he's played ladder games. You might have been able to watch that and see his brand new child and get some updates from him about his life. But it's different when we see Bonyth in tournaments because a lot of times he just puts on an insane amount of pressure and forces his opponent to react to it. And a lot of times that can really throw people off, but we're queuing up probes here.
Yeah, actually we're queuing up probes and Castro's going for a 9 pool. This is 9 pool gas. This is not over pool. It's not good econ. And Bonyth unusually is going to go forward here because there's no way he's going Nexus first.
Right.
So this is, I guess Castro has changed his style a little bit versus Bonyth. I was really not expecting this. And this is a good map to switch it up on because remember, we got the back mineral behind his base. Yeah. We already saw hiders on the high ground the other day. You can just run into the main with lings. So Bonyth is going to have to manage the front, his main, the back base, or the back of his base very well. Otherwise, lings can deal a lot of damage here.
Yeah, and certainly having the probe in the base is good to see exactly what's coming, see the timings on these eggs when they're morphing. He knows exactly what the build is. And maybe this is Castro reacting to the way that he saw Bonyth play previously with lots of 2-gate strategies. But this is the exact opposite of a 2-gate. This is about as defensive as you can get. So let's see if we can hide behind our cannons. He's getting 2 cannons, so that should be enough.
Yeah, 2 cannons. You can see the probe has gone up to the top side. Probably check for if there's a drone. We see there's no drone. I wonder if he's going to actually build a pylon here.
I would be surprised.
We didn't see a drone move out. So I don't think he's actually going to. So he is just going to go into probably a standard Nexus follow-up. And I wonder if Castro will actually cancel this because he sees double cannon coming up now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, obviously, as soon as you see 2 cannons, especially before Nexus, you know, wait a second, we've actually just delayed our Protoss player quite a bit. If you try to run... Wait, oh no. Well, there's 50 minerals we'll never get back. But... at least you can confirm that you forced your Protoss opponent to, you know, play honestly, right? We're not going Nexus first. We're not like going like pylon, like Forge Nexus. There's 2 cannons out there.
Well, speed's about to kick in.
Yeah, what is this speed for?
And he kept the probe alive, and he saw that at least 2 more lings got made. So he should know that a lot of lings are being made, or this could be a mind game from Castro. But actually, did he see it?
He was counting gas.
Yeah, I think he should know that
obviously,
this is Ling. So Bonyth actually needs to bring a couple more probes up here to make sure he doesn't die to mass Ling, because that's what Castro's going for.
We are mass Linging it. And I mean, I don't blame him. This is okay, especially with that back natural, or the back entrance to the natural. But surprisingly, or unsurprisingly rather, Bonyth knows that you can attack from behind. And so he sent that probe up there to scout, sees exactly what's coming, and I'm surprised he didn't just immediately throw down another cannon.
Yeah,
oh, there it is.
Oh,
okay.
No, that's a cybernetic. Yeah, I am somewhat surprised because, sure, it's not a ton of Lings, but they can definitely kill these probes really quickly and run into the main. So Bonyth, I guess, playing a little bit with fire here. Meanwhile, he does have his gas up. He has the cybernetics coming in. Behind this, Castro, he's taking his third base, but he really has really bad econ. He's down 10 workers already.
Oh my God.
So this is already a kind of a nightmare opening for him. The Lings really did almost nothing.
What do we transition to? We just go 3-hatch Hydra after this? Or
I think you got to go 3-hatch Hydra. You already got all these Lings to buffer cannon shots. The 2 cannons, 3 cannons will take a while to kill 12 Lings. Meanwhile, Hydras in the back can just reign supreme. So I would actually like that follow-up, but he's not mining gas yet. I mean, he does have to rebuild his drone count a little bit before you do that.
Yeah.
But I would expect a Hydra bust.
I guess maybe he was just really convinced that we were going to have like gateways on the way, but he should have seen that there were obviously no gateways. So to continue to go down this mass Ling route by getting speed and pumping out a ton of Lings, well, he's just been so far behind in workers for a very, very long time.
Yeah, so I am just waiting for the build of choice for Castro. It looks like he's just going to go for that Nemu style we saw a couple seasons back, which was tons of hatcheries before mining any gas at all. 4th hatch coming up. He's banking more minerals. He's still not mining gas, so I expect 5th hatch going down at the bottom. But Bonyth is okay with that. He doesn't have to worry about Hydra play, and we saw he opened Stargate, so it wasn't like there was a Citadel anytime soon. So actually, by the time Castro starts building Hydras, he's going to have Storm probably by then.
I mean, Bonyth is getting away with making the bare minimum units. I guess he has 2 zealots instead of just 1 zealot, but you get the idea. He did add a 3rd cannon, so it's not like he hasn't had to spend any resources on defense. But every time I watch Bonyth just be able to play a totally standard early game, I'm like, look, you know, it doesn't get less scary from here on out. So even though we've seen Castro build nothing but hatcheries and drones ever since opening, I still think his opener put him a little bit farther behind than he wanted it to.
Well, he is recovering nicely. He does have gas going out. There's the Hydra Den, as expected. So there's going to be a lot of Hydras coming out pretty soon. He has to get the Hydra Den up because the Sair's already out. Could be killing Overlord, which it has found. 3 Overlords for free. It's going to supply block him. We saw that happen yesterday to Jaeyoon. And all of these hatcheries are going to bank up so much larva that he's not going to be able to use. So already one Sair going to deal a lot of damage. Now, what's the follow-up from Bonyth going to be? We have Temple Archive halfway done. Here comes the first or the second gate. Going to probably put down 2 more, go up to 4. And then we'll have to wait and see what he wants to do with it. Is it going to be the 8-gate flood? Is he going to expand behind it? I think he's probably going to 8-gate here once he comes in and sees it's 5-hatch Hydra with no lair.
Well, we got a alert emergency rather. We're losing a lot of Overlords, like a lot. That's our 3rd Overlord we've lost, and there's still a freebie Overlord in the middle of the map.
Yeah, so again, supply blocked.
Yeah.
He's still supply blocked. Still can't build any units. So we're banking up tons of larva, only able to produce really 4 Hydras at this point. Castro's in trouble. He's in big time trouble. We may have a scenario like we had yesterday where we're doubling the supply at 100.
This is what's so weird about watching Zerg's play, is that the swings in units are just so massive. Usually they're down in supplies, so everything really does count. But he was able to get up a ton of hatcheries and drones. But the problem is, like, he's just been so far supply blocked that he has nothing that's remotely scary. Look at, excuse me, normally Protoss players are kind of respect the Hydras. They're like, okay, I'm not going to kill these Overlords. But he is killing the Overlords. Oh, look at the timing on those Hydras hatching, just in time to snipe that Corsair.
That was a nice catch. You got one of them, because 3 is starting to get scary.
Right.
Like, he's starting to deal a lot of damage here. Now, back in Bonyth's base, he's already completed. Oh, I thought he completed +1, but he actually has +1 halfway done. He's got double forge in his main, so he's got +1 armor going also. So he's gonna have this really sick 1-1 timing when he actually wants to move out.
Yeah.
He does have 6 gate. He's got a lot of zealots pumping out now. And if we think back to yesterday, what actually saved Jaeyoon in those games? It was lurkers. No lair. It just started. So there's not going to have any potential for any lurkers out onto the map. Bonyth might just A-move it.
You know, I thought Bonyth was going to do one of these rain-style pushes with, like, Manlots and Archons, because I didn't see Storm start. But Storm is on the way. We're getting out those High Templar to start juicing up on energy. And this is just what's so crazy about Bonyth is he will just hit his build. And unless you do something to try to stop him, it's very rare that he plays against a player that can do it better. So for Bonyth, he's finally getting out there with a bunch of Zealots. How many Zealots is that? That's a ton.
Yeah, it's 9 Zealots. He's going to have +1 pretty soon, so he's going to have a big power spike. And I think Castro's going to hold this because he's got a lot of Hydras ready at the
I think he's going to the 3rd, though, right?
Is he gonna? I think he's going to the Nat. He's got a lot of Hydras here. I don't know why Hydras went into the main.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. We got on top, and the Hydras cannot fight the Overlords, or the Corsairs and the Zealots. We're pulling the drones. A nice drill in there, but I don't think they're actually glitching the Zealots. I think they're just surrounding them. So the fact that these Overlords are dying is still mission accomplished. Even though it sucks to lose this many Zealots, look, every Overlord is dying here. He's actually still not supply blocked because he did lose a ton of Hydras. But he's losing so many Overlords, he can't build any more.
Yeah, these stairs just killed, what, 4 Overlords? One of them survives.
5 for it?
He's going to get 5 Overlords, and he wiped out the Hydra line, and we're supply blocked again. And meanwhile, Bonyth, he's taking the 3rd base at the same time.
Yeah.
We don't have speed on Overlords. We don't have...
Your opponent...
Oh, what? A Zealot got into the main.
Oh my god, what? He has 5 kills. That Zealot has 5 kills. He killed almost all the drones that were mining there.
This is an absolute nightmare for Castro. There's almost 0 chance he can do anything. He's getting doubled in supply. At least he has a decent drone count, but this is 3 base Protoss, and Bonyth has 7 gate, 6 gate. He can just rally forever because Castro's just constantly supply blocked.
But yeah, you know that your opponent had to spend like almost 1,000 minerals on nothing but Overlords, and because there's no Overlord speed, those Overlords will never get out on the map, which means the DTs that Bonyth has means that he's totally perfectly defended everywhere. So, looking good for our Prolish Protoss player.
Yeah, and I see that double DT has come out.
Triple, there's one up at the other
one
base.
At the top. Yeah. So I don't know if this means it's Maelstrom or what, but what does Bonyth want to do with these actual Zealots? They try to get into the Nat, no success there. If I was Bonyth after doing that much damage, I mean, may even take a 4th base. Like, he's in such good control of the game, he can actually do whatever he wants. Yeah. Or he can play it safe, put down a couple more gates. I like that.
Yeah.
We do have we do have Maelstrom.
There it is. I was gonna say, the amateur Protoss player Bonyth has been watching Gotta Protoss TT1 play, and has figured out that Dark Archons are pretty good, especially when your opponent does not have just a crazy, overwhelming mass of units, which I think it's safe to say Castro doesn't. All of a sudden, you Maelstrom those units, and it's such a guarantee. So Dark Archons really add a lot of safety and security. Also, you got feedback if you ever have to deal with a Defiler ever. So, you know, it works on multiple levels.
Yeah, it's a fantastic unit. More people are actually using it these days. It kind of is reminding me of the days when people started using Defilers finally. It's like finally people realize that Maelstrom is actually crazy.
Same thing happened with like I think Valkyries for a while. Yeah. 0 people used those, and all of a sudden Fantasy starts busting them out. You're like, okay, well, I guess.
Now he obviously has speeds on his Overlord. Now I thought he may have gotten drop, but I'm also trying to account for how much damage he's taken, so maybe he doesn't have drop. But a drop would have been amazing at this point in the game, but it looks like he doesn't have it. Gonna try and engage in the center of the map. The supplies, sure, it's way in favor of Bonyth right now, but actually
we're supply blocked again.
Oh god, we're supply blocked. I mean, 90 supply isn't terrible, it's not good, but there is a chance that he could have a good engagement if he sits on high ground and Bonyth takes a poor fight from the low ground. Yeah. But Bonyth is just going to avoid him. It looks like he wants to cancel bottom middle, but there could be a big counterattack. Try and wipe out Bonyth's 3rd base.
Yeah, I guess you are correct, but I'm guessing that Castro's a little bit scared. Obviously, Bonyth is going to walk over this 6 o'clock base. But if he overextends trying to kill it, then yeah, I agree. If he fights, with low ground disadvantage, that could be rough. Well, all right, that's not happening. Never mind.
Yeah, Castro not able to get into position now. That Dark Archon
has
Maelstrom. Where is it? He's waiting for the perfect Maelstrom.
And he doesn't want to catch his own units in it either. Oh, he doesn't even need the Maelstrom. Look at these storms.
Oh.
There it is. All right, we're doing it. Is he going to storm it? I guess he really doesn't need to. Look, there's no micro on the Hydras. They just explode.
Yeah, and these Hydras at the top side of the map, they just dealt with a few Zealots. They weren't really synced up with the rest of the army. And Bonyth just steamrolled through here. Didn't even need Storm. Didn't even need Maelstrom. Crushing it.
Yeah, doubling up his opponent's supply here. Dark Archon's just here to spectate. The Dark Archon is the guy in the chat in the game. It's like maybe he does one thing that's good, but like for the most part, he's just chilling. And that's it, GG. Castro taps out. Bonyth takes game number 1. Kind of business as usual. I don't think there was any point at which I was worried for Bonyth in that game.
No. And he's just showing that, hey, I don't need the gateway expand every time. Just Forge expand. I actually like Castro's opener a lot. 9 full speed into gateway, man.
Yeah.
That's a great opener. Unfortunately, we didn't do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. I think that speed was a little... my thing is, like, where are you trying to catch Bonyth off guard with a bunch of speedlings, right? Like, are you thinking his Zealots are not in the wall or something? I mean, he did only have, like, maybe one probe in the wall blocking one of those entrances, but, like, that's how you win the game? I don't know. I've definitely watched a lot of Protoss players die from Lings running through their cannons, killing everything, and then they just lose the game. So, crazier things have happened. But I would say that you probably could tell that Bonyth was in control of that game. I don't know.
Complete control.
Yeah. So for game number 2, it's going to be on clay fields, and this is a pretty big map, but it's also like very, very standard. And I think this plays towards Bonyth's strengths, but it just depends on what Castro wants to do. Maybe he's going to be hatchery man again, like we saw in game number 1, and this time without that, fast speed rush. I don't want to call it a rush because it didn't really. Well, it rushed to stand an AFK in front of Bonyth's base, but didn't really do a whole lot else. So maybe this is a newer map for this season, so maybe there's some untapped potential. Gives Zerg huge advantages. I don't know. But we're going to have to find out. So let's get into game number 2 on clay fields to see if Bonyth can close out his first series or if Castro can bring it back. Okay, here we are on clay fields in the upper left-hand corner, and the blue is our Peruvian Zerg player, Castro.
And in the bottom left, he just absolutely killed it. It is Bonyth. So I actually think Castro should 9 full speed again, because I think Bonyth is going to 100% of the time gateway expand here. It's a map that's very similar in terrain to Fighting Spirit, and that's a really good map to gateway expand on. So I think 100% of the time, we're gateway expanding. Now, because I said that, we're probably in base 2 gating or something. So I would love the 9 full speed. I think that would be a great open there. There goes the probe. I'm really betting that this is a gateway expand.
I was looking towards the minerals. I was like, are we just chilling there? I think he's scout after pylon, but no, he's waiting. Yeah, you're right.
So we do have gateway expand. Unfortunately for Castro, he's going up to his usual ways, because I think that's probably the default that you're going to go to. You tried the cheese, didn't work. Now you don't want to risk being eliminated going for a cheese again.
So you just go back to overpool?
That's why I would have loved the 9 full here. So gateway coming up. This is what Bonyth does best.
Yeah.
So like I said about how you play versus Tai 2, you got to not let Tai 2 be in control of the game. Versus Bonyth, you can't let him do this. So I'm already worried, because this is going to be a 12 hatch, and we know how well he can micro Zealots, especially if you can get him into position on a ramp or something. He's just going to trade ridiculously well. So I'm already super concerned for Castro here.
Like, we've all played against those Zerg players on ladder. The only thing they can do is micro mutas. Their build sucks. Their macro sucks. Everything sucks except their randomly Jadong level micro mutas. So sometimes all it takes is the ability to just do one thing well, and you can win games with that. Thankfully, Bonyth does basically everything well. But if the only thing he could do well is micro Zealots, he still won games because of that. I watched Bonyth win a game against a decent player with just 1 gateway Zealots. We've seen it with 2 gateway Zealots. It's just, he just does magical things, disjointing auto attacks, like Curry. I don't know. It's miraculous. So let's see what it looks like when Castro kind of plays into his hands with this 12 hatch.
Yeah, first Zealot is coming out, and just imagine if this was a 9-4. He's been blind the whole time.
Yeah.
We would have had Lings running across the map at this point. So I'm so sad for Castro, because here comes that probe. Here comes that Zealot. Pool's not done yet. It's also close spawn. It doesn't get any better for Bonyth here.
I mean, theoretically, for Bonyth, it sucks because he scouted his opponent last, which means that it's a dark, scary world out there. You don't know what's coming. It just so happens that the thing that's coming is nothing. So here we go. There's Zealots hitting probes, and that's just never good.
Oh my God, he's gonna get a drone almost instantly. He's also forced half of the drone line to not. Oh, a great pickoff on the probe, which is so important in combination with the Zealot. So actually, Castro doing a good job here, other than losing the first couple drones.
I mean, still losing 2 drones for a Zealot and a probe is still damaged.
Yeah, it's still damaged.
And how do we kill this next Zealot? It's getting in there. And some of the probes are damaged, or drones are damaged. So it's just going to take a couple of hits to kill them. Although maybe they regen too far. And actually, this is not incredibly stellar Zealot control. So let's see if we can dive in, snipe some cheeky probes, or just chill out behind the mineral lines. Either way, Castro is going to hold this pretty well.
Yeah, he held it very easily. Behind us, we do have Zealot in position at the natural, but there's a huge gap. Cannon isn't done yet, so he's going to have to pull some probes preemptively. Meanwhile, Castro has taken a third base on the other side of the map, so he's going for a split map play. But how much damage can these Lings do?
Oh, one Ling gets thrown. No, it's not tight. He's going to get the Lings around, and they're going to run into the main. 6 Lings in your main? This is tragic.
Yeah, 6 Lings, 7 Lings, actually. No cannon, and we don't have a lot of Zealots for Bonyth right now. He even is forced to keep 1 at the front. I think he needs to send it back to his main now. Great probe drill. Eliminates more than half the Lings already.
Has he lost any probes? Oh my God. Maybe you just rush with probes at this point. Like, they're so good.
Yeah, so amazing defense from Bonyth so far. Finally, 1 probe goes down, but we killed 5 out of the 7 Lings already. And behind this, we do have Castro going for gas. I hope that this is a Hydra bust, because after forcing the probe pull, after getting 2 probes killed, I think you can really go damage Bonyth now. And what Bonyth likes to do generally is go Stargate. So if you just catch him with a 3-hatch Hydra build, I think that could be a game-winning scenario. But instead, we do have Lair coming up, and Zealot's going to scout it anyway. So
we just lost another probe in our mineral line too. Zerglings continuing to pick them off one by one. Oh, we get another one. Oh, wow, that's perfectly glitched on the probe.
Zealot didn't like that one. He doesn't care about that one. Well, it's going to get cleaned up eventually, but the Lings are annoying. Zealot got into the main of Castro now, and there's only 2 Lings here to defend, so he can just fight them straight up. And really, I mean, Castro, oh, he's doing a good job. He's got 19 drones versus 25. He's got his tech going, so I do still like his position. Got to make sure not to take too much damage to the Zealot, though. Looks like he is finally going to take it down. Now, what is...
No, he microed it out of there. Yeah. We're going to get another drone. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Wow.
Oh my God, the Ling in the main, though, is killing more probes for Bonyth. He's just AFK. Oh. So we got 2 more probe kills, I think.
2 more probe kills. So I guess both of the players just even out the worker kills, basically. But I still like Castro's position. Sair is coming out for Bonyth. The Lair has just started, so we're a little bit behind for Castro. So he's probably going to lose a couple overlords, but I don't think it's that big of a deal since he did such a good job killing probes on the other side of the map.
Well, at this point, both players have dealt pretty okay economic damages to each other. It's just annoying, but it's not game-ending because it did even out. Worker counts are basically on the same level. It's kind of hard to tell because, Berserk can just build a million drones, but we have, once again, a ton of speedlings outside of Bonyth's base, and this can be scary because there is only a probe and Zealot at the top. It's not tight at the top, the gateway against the rocks, but it is hard to fit a bunch of Lings through there. So I don't know if that's where we attack, but he can certainly pressure the gateway if he wants. I mean, the cannon's there, so you'd want something behind it.
Yeah, he's not going to risk losing his Lings. I think that's a smart move in case he needs them later on, in case there's a quick move out.
Okay.
And we do have 4th hatch coming up for Castro. I expect 5th hatch coming down pretty soon. I'm wondering if he's going to go 6-hatch Hydra since he has, the split map hatch replacement. But we haven't seen that just yet. Meanwhile, Bonyth starting to build up his gateway count a little bit slow because of all the damage he's taken. And I'm looking for Templar Archive. I don't see it anywhere. So it looks like we're just going for speed now.
Yeah, he's getting +1 for his Corsairs as well. So this definitely looks a little bit more, maybe not more respectable, because he did go 2 cannons into 3 cannons last time because of all those speedlings. But we have our first Corsair out, and if these, oh, actually 3rd Corsair, what? Oh my God, I'm way off my count.
He's already supply blocked Castro.
Yeah.
He's continuing to build Sairs, and being supply blocked, 2 Scourge are not going to cut it versus 4 Sairs.
We're getting that air carapace for Zerg, and I'm just like, well, is that how you save your overlords? I don't know, dude.
Scourge, they're not going to find any connections onto those Sairs.
Are we at 5 yet? I think we're at 6 or 4.
Yeah, we're only at 4, so 2 Scourge actually can connect, but not when they're damaged. So they are just going to run away for now. But I do like the carapace upgrade, because he would be in deep trouble if he didn't have it, since we see Bonyth is getting +1 weapon. But right, there is the 5th hatch. He is getting +1 weapon for his Hydra, so everything looks pretty normal. Templar Archive coming in for Bonyth now. So positions are okay for Castro. They're pretty fine. And even though Bonyth has +1 weapon for ground, he has no Zealot, so he can't actually move out with his army to actually deal any damage right now.
Yeah. Well, we did kill off those Scourge, I believe. That's what I saw on the minimap. So there are a couple more, but I don't think we're getting damage done. We're up to 5. Is that 6 Corsairs?
6 Sairs. I think the magic number is 5 with +1, 7 without it. So, okay, maybe 6 is the magic.
Well, I think one of those Scourge was damaged. Either way, these Corsairs are incredibly scary. We've got +1 finished for Zealots, right?
Yeah, +1 is done. He started +2. Here he comes. I like the SimCity from Castro. I don't think he's going to take much damage other than the Overlords.
Well, I mean, these Zealots are okay, but the Overlords are just going to evaporate with that carapace not done for them yet. We're killing more in the main, and we're at 52 out of 37.
Yeah, so Castro getting supply blocked hard. Again, speed isn't done for his Overlords, so he can't save them. He's just going to stand there and take basically the deaths. And behind this, Bonyth is just doing Bonyth things. He's got 6 Gate coming up. He's got DT coming up. He's got Storm coming in. He's got Double Forge coming in again. So he's going to have 2-1 pretty soon.
Oh, I love it. I mean, I guess granted, there's only one Overlord over here, so not a whole lot more that these Corsairs can get done, but just the constant supply blocks are just so devastating. When you're supposed to be maxing out on Hydras, or not maxing, but you're getting a bunch of them, and you can't build any, that just really takes the wind out of your sails.
And I like how Bonyth sent some Sairs up the top right to see, is this 4 base or is this 3 base? And now that he sees it's not 4 base, oh, he's feeling really good. He's feeling damn good. So everything is going to plan for Bonyth. He's got his 7th Gate coming. He's got Robo coming.
Losing our Corsairs?
We are.
Oh, no, we're finding some Overlords. But we did lose at least 1 Corsair.
Yeah, we lost 1. Now, what does Bonyth have? Because we're skimping on cannons, so actually he's in a bit of trouble. Storm did finish, though. We have 2 Storms available, but this is a lot of Hydras. I don't think Storm can actually blanket all of them.
It's a lot of Hydras. I mean, okay, decent dodge on that Storm. Still did some okay damage. We're gonna kill off the first part of the wall, but oh no. Okay, there's
DT top right, but Overlord. Oh, it doesn't have vision. Sunken will kill it somehow.
No, the Overlord only gives vision in the lower part of the screen, so I thought we were okay there, but we're morphing into an Archon, so we're panicking after losing those Storms, realizing that actually there's a ton of Hydras here. There's no DTs back at home as well. Wouldn't even matter because these Overlords are here, but as soon as the Archon morphs, Bonyth's going for it. If he kills off all these Overlords, that's just going to be the ball right back in his court.
Oh, wow. Those Hydras came from nowhere. I thought for sure that Castro's just going to get instantly supply blocked, but he managed just to save 3 or 4 Overlords on red health. And Castro's so close to breaking him, but he just doesn't have enough.
Oh my God. A massive Storm kills off so many of the Hydras. And if these Hydras die, the Overlords die too. I think this is make or break for Castro.
Yeah, he's going to get supply blocked. Oh, so many Overlords just instantly die.
We're at 54 out of 37 again, and that's it. GG, Castro taps out. That did look so scary there, but that monster Storm at the end, just, okay, all right, ends his whole career. Castro's not going to be playing in the rest of the tournament. He's just gone. His memories erased from the earth. What a game. What a series there. I think this is pretty much what we expect from Bonyth, right?
Yeah, but Castro was close to breaking it. And he also could match the multitasking. Like, he matched the harassment with his Lings that, you know, Bonyth was putting on with his Zealots. So that's nice to see. So Castro, if there's a rematch, like if Bonyth losing the next round, I think Castro has a chance of winning. He looked pretty good in the second game. First game, we kind of just got run over. But second game, we looked a bit more solid.
Okay, so that means that Bonyth will advance on to the winner's match, and now we have to figure out which player is going to meet him there. So we're moving on to Goku versus Hawk, and this is going to be really, really exciting.